Hey everybody, this is Jewelyn. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to a very fun come with me in Stockholm, Sweden. I have this gem of a space full of amazing plants and I can't believe I am in this space. So give this video a big thumbs up and hope you guys enjoy this. Come with me. We're gonna plant talk. We're gonna walk around and see what's happening in Stockholm, Sweden. So first of all, we just met and we're already like talking plants, and that's the cool thing about plant people is that no matter where you're from around the world, plant life is a universal language. You can automatically connect with plant people around the world. But this specific place in this part of the world is so special to me because I've been to so many places and retail spaces but nothing like this. So like my plant heart is so full already, but I have so much to say. So we're gonna share as much as we can and I would love to like pick your brain on plant life and specifically in Sweden and Stockholm. So explain to the channel, what's your name, where you're from?
Well, hi, my name is Aldin and I'm from Sweden, Stockholm. I love plants, as you can see and hear from her. It started out with me collecting aroids.
Okay.
Not necessarily the rare ones.
Okay.
But it spiraled into the rare ones. Yeah.
And how long did you start getting into plant life?
Like hardcore plant life, 3 years.
Okay.
3 years, yeah.
Okay, and do you have a collection at home? And like, what does your space look like? Is it a house? Is it an apartment?
Well, at home, to be honest, I have some plants, but not necessarily rare ones.
Okay.
Because I have two kids.
Okay.
Two small kids that will grab.
Okay.
Onto everything. So yeah, we have some big trailing plants.
Okay.
But the most rarest one would be Monstera variegata.
Okay, so you have one of those in your space.
Yeah.
Okay, it's always interesting because people around the world live differently, whether it's a house, it's a flat, you know, and then also like you have kids or animals or whatever, you know, so it's interesting to hear about your plant life and also the fact that you have a shop retail space managing this. I was curious about your plant life, if you just gave up on that because you're so focused on this and your plant life switch because you have like a retail space now and you're not really focused on like having a collection at home.
I think it's the other way around, honestly.
Oh, okay.
I think I got this because I am plant interested and needed space to have my plants.
Okay.
Beside from the kid, so they can't reach and grab the plants.
Okay, so that's interesting. So this space that you have here, how long have you had it?
This space is one of them first, so 3.5 years.
Okay,
yeah.
And how do you find it having something like this to come to and to do plant life and sell all things plants and all of that in the city versus like somewhere outside of the city? Well,
the advantage of being in the city is meeting people like you, plant interested, and a lot of people. Yeah, you meet a lot of people that are interested in plants, and not only from Sweden, from the whole world.
Okay, so speaking of that, I know when we met just a few minutes ago, you mentioned about expanding and you're going to expand in a different part of Sweden and then somewhere outside of Sweden.
Yeah, we already started to expand in Holland. And we are in South Sweden also.
So who's running that? You or somebody there that's into plants?
Yeah, in Holland, a close friend of mine.
Okay.
And South Sweden is my brother.
Okay, so I'll put all of the information either put up on the screen or in the description box. If you're in this part of the world, then you know how to come and check out the plants and perhaps meet you in person. So tell me about this space, because as someone crazy like me that's into plants, this space of yours in particular is very curated to, I want to say, all rare plants. Maybe you have, and it also depends because what I notice about plant life is that plant life and the common plants and the rare plants are different around the world, especially if you live in a tropical place. Maybe the monstera or like a lot of philodendrons and aroids are considered common, and then you go to another part of the world and they're considered so rare and you're paying top dollar for them, when other places around the world are like, what, you paid that much for that plant? It's like growing everywhere where I'm from.
Exactly.
So can you talk about plant life specifically in Sweden and in Stockholm, and like what are the common plants and what are like the rare plants, and do you feel that it's kind of specific to just Sweden or Europe in general?
Well, for an example, if you have Monstera Thai constellation,
Yes.
they are more common, I believe, in the US and Southeast Asia.
Okay.
But in Europe, they are a bit more expensive, and even more expensive than the Monstera deliciosa variegata.
Okay.
But
Interesting.
yeah, so we have exported sometimes Monstera deliciosa variegata to Southeast Asia
Okay.
because they don't have that one there, but they have the Thai constellation there.
Okay.
So that's one big plant that we export. Big
Okay.
amount of
Okay.
plants that we export. That's Monstera variegata.
And do you feel like, because when I met you, you talked about how like during the lockdown, plant life just kind of just blew up and went into like a whole different direction. Do you feel that like maybe plant life in your part of the world has changed because of that, and maybe people who are collecting plants are now like looking for that unicorn sought out plant and then reaching out to like people like you who specialize in that?
Yeah, like I believe that collectors aren't looking for the unicorns.
Okay.
I think it's more of the sellers looking to sell the unicorns.
Oh, okay.
So I think the collector will collect either way.
Okay.
I think it's even better for the collector to collect when it's cheaper. So it goes, both ways.
Okay, and in this space, it's a very working, loving space, and I love that because plant life is not all rainbows and flowers.
Yeah.
Tell me about what are you doing in this space? You're propagating, like how do you utilize this space?
Yeah, this space is actually only for propagating, almost only for propagating.
Okay.
We do propagating and shipping from here sometimes also.
Okay, so if somebody wants to come to see this space, is it by appointment only?
Usually it is by appointment only, because we could be also working in gardens and especially during this, when it's fall, you cut trees, you do this kind of work also.
Got it. And as far as for like having rare plants in Stockholm, do you find that the people in this city are reaching out to you for these plants, or do you find it to be like people from maybe other parts of Europe are coming here because they can't get it in their part?
Well, during the pandemics, everyone was reaching out.
Oh,
to
okay,
get plants.
interesting.
Yeah, while now when post-pandemic, it's more like the demand was higher than the, what do you say in English? Opposite
Supply
of
and demand?
Yeah. The supply was lower than the demand.
Right.
Now the supply is meeting the demand.
Okay, nice.
Maybe like you're doing like that. Yes, also that it's exploding.
Okay.
Yeah. Because growers are like, of course, they look to propagate and do as many plants as they can.
Okay.
So the supply is growing.
Okay, tell me about like your plant goals with your shop, and like where do you see it in the next upcoming year? What is your next goals with this space?
Well, the number one goal that we have is to let every human being to have a plant, and I really do believe that everyone will like a specific plant.
Right.
It's just up to them to find the one that they like. Besides from that, I mean, grow and keep giving people what they want.
Okay, and I'm really like interested to walk through this space with you, and like what made you come up with like your setup system with the space that you have, and how you're working with the space and just everything, the setup, the grow lights and everything, and how you're utilizing this space. And I think that's the thing about crazy plant people is like no matter what space you have, you're gonna make it work, and you're gonna find out ways how you can have plants in this space.
Yeah.
And so I'm so interested if you would love to casual walk through and maybe talk about the plants that you have here in your space with the channel. That'd be so awesome. And then maybe share about like the certain projects or things that you're really trying to propagate here. And you know, what kind of plants would you love to have coming in the shop in the future?
All right, no problem. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yay, I'm so excited. We've been talking off camera, I don't know, for a hot minute. And I love the fact that you're Syrian. That's so cool.
Yeah,
I guess I should mention that on this video. So it's been interesting talking about plant life and just the reality of plant life. So please, I would love for you to walk around the space and share what you want to share. And maybe also your history of trying to propagate these plants and like your journey, and do you feel like is it worth even trying to have the plant in your space and propagating, or like, oh, I'm never gonna get this plant, once I'm done with this plant I'm never getting again because it's such a headache to propagate. If you can maybe like share your thoughts on what it's like to propagate plants as we walk through them.
Yeah, well, we can start off with the easiest one to propagate.
Okay.
I would say it is the Eastersendantia, Zebrina quadricolor. So the quadricolor comes from that it has 4 colors, all from white, green, dark green, pink, yeah, and darker pink in the backside.
How long have you been propagating this?
We have actually sold, so that this is only the ones left. We had,
okay.
I think we had like 30 of them.
Wow.
Yeah. And selling these now. The ones that are a little bit harder to propagate, I would say, are those with nodes close to each other.
Okay.
Like Biliatea variegata, which we used to have here before, but they are sold. One of them actually to the US.
Okay.
I don't remember. I think it was California. Yeah. Are you from California?
Yeah, so I'm there sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I think those are pain in the, you know,
to propagate.
Yeah, because they have very close nodes.
Yes.
And they are so expensive. If you mess once, you will find a way to make it survive, but not the propagation.
Yeah.
But yeah, how you can propagate to make it survive easily, I would say to place sphagnum moss.
Yes.
And wrap it around with plastic.
Yes.
Make some holes in the plastic so it doesn't rot. And the roots will create from the node that you have put sphagnum moss on it. A good example would be...
Nice plant tip.
Yeah. For example,
yes,
this one.
yes.
Yeah. As you can see the roots already growing there. So the next thing we will do, we'll cut it from there.
Yes.
And let her, from this eye,
yes,
grow another one. So this is a tip, a big tip, how to propagate in a more secure way than to propagate it and use it as a wet stick. Having roots is...
I may try that on one of my plants.
Yeah, I think you will succeed.
Because that's very common to like cut and like try to get roots like with like water propagation. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
But this way you feel like it's more successful?
Yeah, and on top of that, water propagation, the backside, the negative thing with that is that the plant gets roots accustomed for water. So when you move it from water propagation to soil, it will get quite a shock. So I would say, don't water propagate, sphagnum propagate.
Oh, plant life. My plant life might just change next year with propagation because of that tip.
Another tip is also when it comes to these velvety leaves. For example, this is a El Choco red. It has its name from these red-brown backsides. And the one tip here is to not, which you can see the water here, but not to water from above. What directly to the pot or underneath.
I feel like that also goes with begonias, maybe.
Yeah, I think everything velvety that clinges to water can make bacterial spots and so on. If it's not bacterial, it could be also if you have hardened water, which we all have at home.
Yes.
If we don't cook it and stuff, we'll leave watermarks
right.
on leaves. So that's a tip.
Nice tips.
Yeah, and for an example, a Florida ghost.
Yes.
This is a good example. If you don't give it enough sunlight, it will become more green much quicker. If not starting out green. So I would recommend a lot of sunlight, not direct sunlight, but a lot of light if you want to get white leaves in the beginning. Okay, and if it starts reverting back to green. Yeah. Do you suggest maybe cutting back some of the green in hopes that... Yeah, try that. Okay. Try that in combination with more light. Okay. Lamp light is not like sunlight. Okay. So aim for the sun. Okay, because I just got a variegated burley marks earlier this year, and it reverted all to green. Yeah. I'm so gutted. Cut it down. Cut it down. Yeah, I would say. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I would try to get there. It's just so rare in my part of the world. I'm like, do I really cut you back? Like, oh, my heart. Yeah. I can't. I don't. One burley marks variegated that I cut down. And it started to give some white. Oh, okay. I think I have it. I just don't have it in me, you know, to like cut a rare plant in hopes that, you know, it'll revert back to variegated or into a different lighter color. You can do that with monsteras too, for example. If it becomes too white, cut it down. If it becomes too green, try to cut it down if you want to keep the variegation. Those are good examples of monsteras that has gone too white that we don't sell. We will have a check before we sell them. We don't want to sell plants to someone that will, that it will die. This, for example, this will fall off. So we are giving it 1 or 2 more chances to see if it gives another half green or something. To see if it can survive. If it can survive, it will be sold. But before that, no. And then otherwise it'll just live here until something else happens to it? Yeah, until we cut it down and try again and stuff like that. Okay, hey, that's a good plant tip on these very variegated all white elbow leaves. Yeah. Another tip is to, let's see if I have a bigger one. I think I have a bigger one. Yeah. By the way, I never asked you, how did you like learn all this stuff? Did you self-teach yourself? Well, self-teaching and asking a lot of people, especially people older than us. Yeah. They tend to be smarter. Beautiful plant, by the way. Wow. Thank you. I'm trying to see, like for example, this one. You can see how much white it will have in it. Yes, yes. Yeah, I see that. And if we take that for a reference. Do you see how much white there is? Yes. So if you want to cut down where it's a little bit less white. Oh, wait. In this case. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, you could propagate this one from there, from there, from there. You can do it. Yeah. Why not? We'll see if I ever propagate mine. My variegated monsteras, like I told you, my Thai constellation is looking crazy. But my elbow is so tall. I'm like, what do I do with you? You're like almost passing your stake that I have it on. Yeah. Like, what do I do? Yeah. You know? Yeah. Happens. It happens. My favorite plant right now, and I have always been, to be honest, is this one. Ooh, talk about it. It's an anthurium. It's an anthurium regale. Ah, wow. Yeah, and it can get a leaf that's so huge. It's so huge. Yeah. For your American audience, I don't know how to say in inches, but in like this, this large. Yes. Like almost 2 meters. Talk about this particular plant. How long have you had it? What did it look like when you had it? And has it always been looking like this, or? It had a leaf. The first time I got it, it didn't have a leaf at all. It just was a clump of a regale. So we planted it, and it got a leaf, but the leaf got so huge, so
Oh,
yeah, it got destroyed by the roof.
wow.
So yeah, next time we will try to find a place for it to grow without anything stopping it.
Okay, and are you like how stressed out are you about having this plant?
Well, because I love it so much, I'm stressed. Yeah, I'm sure. Of course, you never know what it will do. Because sometimes it goes straight up, and sometimes it goes sideways. And in this case, sideways could be a window,
Right.
too cold,
Right.
or yeah, so another plant, and we will might not another, what do you call this, shelf,
Right, sure.
and damage itself when it's a baby.
So has it been living in that corner its entirety with you?
This one, I don't think I will be selling it. We will see. I love it so much that I think I want to keep it.
And has it been just sitting there the whole time you've had it, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it has been sitting there.
Tell me why you choose that corner there. Out of all the spaces that you have to put this plant baby, why there?
That's a good question. Because I thought this baby needs some natural sunlight.
Okay, very good.
I want to see how huge it can become.
Okay.
Because of the perfect sunlight.
Okay. Oh, speaking of the perfect environment and why you choose to place it there, can you share with the channel how do you have this space to be plant friendly, like for growing?
Yeah, we have like those sprinklers that provide water, but in a very thin layer.
Okay.
It becomes like more humid.
Yeah.
More humid in here. So they will start every 2-3 hours.
Okay.
Yeah. When it comes to sunlight, of course, there is not in Sweden. Of course, it's not enough sunlight, so we need some lamps and LED grow lights.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, what else do you have that you would like to point out? I see you have some amazing plants.
Baby, here is Syngonium, for an example.
Yes.
Variegata.
Yes, one of my favorite plants.
Yeah. One of my favorite plants are these Campus portuanums. Philodendron Campus portuanums. Because the leaves change pattern, color, and size.
Cool.
They look more like a spade when they become more adult. Yeah, I'll show you the
okay, I see you also have a splash down there.
Yeah, pink splash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just got this plant earlier in my collection from Florida.
Yeah.
Is it considered a rare plant for you here?
No, not anymore.
Oh, wow. You see? That is what I'm talking about, channel.
Yeah.
Everywhere is different and it's constantly evolving.
We had like 80, 90 of these.
What?
This is one more, I believe, maybe. But yeah, this is the last one.
Wow.
We even made a price drop on this one,
What?
which means like we sold it for $5.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Because where I'm from, this plant is considered rare.
Yeah.
So that's the thing with plant life, where it just depends where you're in the world.
It was rare 1 year ago.
1 year ago.
Yeah.
Wow, that was quick that it became
Because
not rare.
One of the
People are
growers-
propagating and it becomes common and
You see, they even plant 2 in 1 just to make it look fuller.
yeah.
Yeah, still cheap to buy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. No, my plant heart.
This is the Gloriosum.
Yes, I just got one earlier this year too.
I love those Gloriosum.
Yes,
Yeah.
I feel like if you collect these type of plants, it's like one of your plants you gotta have.
Exactly.
You gotta have it.
You know why? You know why?
Why?
They look like a pillow. When they're big and full.